Hello and welcome to Downtime Fun. Today's video is not going to be a video about solving puzzles, but instead a review of a piece of equipment I have been using every day for the past month to make all my videos. So by late 2020 I have decided to shop for a new laptop to handle my productivity work and my video editing. And finally I got my M1 Macbook Air with 16 gigs of RAM and my 1TB of storage. And in this video I want to share my honest opinion on this laptop after 1 month of use. There will be no benchmarks, but just from a user experience angle. So first of all, it's the form factor, which was a deciding factor for me over the Pro. Its wedged shape profile felt slimmer and more comfortable to type on, and it does not have a fan. For me, one less moving part means that there will be one less thing likely to break or collect dust for this matter. The action of opening the screen is something that just gets ignored easily, but I have to say being able to open the laptop with one hand feels just right. I didn't think this feature is of any importance before, but once I got used to being able to open the screen with one hand, my Dell 2-in-1 laptop for work just felt frustrating to open. Then it is about the performance. It wasn't a straightforward decision for me to change from a Windows to Mac machine, because it means that I have to readapt to the Mac OS and I may need to swap from my Adobe Premiere Pro to Final Cut Pro to maximize the processing power of the M1 Mac. However, I would say the trade-offs are well worth it. I mainly record my videos in 1080p at 24 frames per second, and the MacBook handles the files without breaking a sweat. I can scrub through the videos applying stabilization in seconds, changing color temperature and exposure on the fly. There are already many benchmark videos and expert analysis on its performance, so I will not cover them here, and you can find it everywhere on YouTube. But for a part-time YouTuber like me, making 1 or 2 videos a week at 1080p, the performance from this M1 MacBook Air is just super impressive. The experience is so smooth and certainly will not be the bottleneck to stop your creativity. Some may think the lack of a fan in the Air is a concern for video editing, but I can tell you from my use case, even for 4K video, this computer is more than enough to handle the workload. Then to the keyboard. I just see a lot of hype around the scissor switches, saying it is one of the best typing experience in the market. To me, I think it is just Apple lowering the benchmark by putting those butterfly switches which failed miserably earlier, and now reverting back to their older switch designs and made them a somehow magical improvement. Overall, I still prefer typing with the Surface Pro cover keyboard with the longer key travel. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just does not feel as good as many reviewers say it is. It works and it does a proper job as a laptop keyboard. If you are not sure, just go to an Apple shop and try it out yourself. Now we focus to a specific part of the keyboard, which is the function keys. This is another reason why I chose the Air over the Pro. This may not be a concern for those who have not tried the Touchbar before, but again, I am a practical man and I feel that the Touchbar is just not as sturdy as the physical keys. And for daily use, it takes more pressing to achieve the same thing as the physical buttons. Moreover, there is an excellent dictation key on the F5 key, which I use every time when I input Chinese for my video scripts. So the Air wins big in this department for me. Okay, onto the trackpad. It's big on the Air and it's even bigger on the Pro. So is it a big difference to pick the Pro over the Air? To me, it's not really a concern. It is already big enough on the MacBook Air. The build quality, the haptic feedback, the gestures, and the sensitivity is just one of the best in the market. Even though I still like working with a mouse on spreadsheets or video editing, this trackpad is good enough for me to work through the day without craving for a mouse. Speakers are good enough for video consumption. Many reviewers say Apple makes one of the best speakers in their laptops, and I think they do. but if I need good sound, I think I'll just put on my custom in-ear monitors, so this is not a deciding factor for me. The difference between the Air and the Pro is just too little. The two Thunderbolt ports issue. Again, I hear a lot of comments with this arrangement. The ports on both sides will be nice for me, where I can charge the computer on either side and I can arrange my desks more flexibly. It is certainly not a deal breaker for me, given I mainly use this laptop in mobile laptop mode and I don't need to attach an external monitor or a charger. I wish this laptop has an SD card slot to further streamline my workflow, but nothing is perfect. Now onto the battery life. It is excellent. This computer can last for a full day for normal productivity tasks. For reference, I can complete editing and exporting a 10-minute long video for myself, and it will only use around 15% of the battery. Is it a perfect product? I think it is not, obviously. The Bluetooth connection does not work properly, and I cannot connect my Bluetooth mouse consistently to this computer. Not all apps are optimized for the M1 chip. Some of the function keys, such as the globe function key, only works intermittently. This is only the first generation product, and so there are still a lot of kinks that need to be ironed out. Hopefully these issues can be solved through future software updates. This brings us neatly to my final recommendation to if you should get a MacBook or not, and if yes, which Mac should you go for. If you can only work with Windows and nothing else, then I guess you already know you don't want a Mac. If you're on the fence and you're not sure, then I think this is an excellent time to give these new M1 Macs a try with an open mind. I can almost guarantee that you won't regret it, no matter which Mac you choose, in terms of performance and also value. If you don't need the mobility and you are thinking of replacing your home PC, just get the Mac Mini, which is the cheapest and the performance is basically the best. If you need the longest battery life, and this is your top priority, get the M1 Macbook Pro. Or if you love the Touchbar so much and it helps immensely with your workflow, the M1 Macbook Pro is the only way to go. If you work on very big projects such as rendering long 8K or 4K video projects, I think you should go for the Pro with the fan. It can have a better sustained performance. And if you are none of the above, just get the M1 MacBook Air. How much RAM and storage is totally subject to your budget and needs. For regular video and photo editors, I think the base model will already suffice, but I will still recommend getting the 16 gigs of RAM to be more future proof. But 8 gigs, I think it's already sufficient for most users. For storage, I upgraded to 1TB so that I can be more dongle free and I don't have to attach the external hard disk whenever I work on projects. And I can also be a little bit lazier when backing up my files and I have more buffer to work with. After all, I am very satisfied with this new laptop. Many people say the next generation of laptops will be even better. And this will always be true. New products, especially in the tech world, usually outperforms their predecessors. But if you need a new computer now, or you are considering upgrading your current computer, you really can't go wrong with these M1 Macs. This is about it for my views or comments of this M1 MacBook Air. Hope this video helps you in your purchasing decision. Please support my channel by clicking the like and subscribe button. And in the meantime, take care and I will see you in the next video. Bye!